Welcome back to Orange Peelers, round 2 review, round 3 preview. What's up?
Not too much. There's a lot to talk about.
Lots to talk about. What do you think of the weekend of footy?
It was awesome. Like, so far, these first 2 weekends have been awesome.
Lots of close games.
Lots of close games.
Even the latter, super close as well.
Oh,
We've got the Dragons in the top 3.
Yeah, and the Dolphins, Dragons, top 3.
Yeah,
no one would
it's
have
crazy.
expected that.
Like Manly first, Dolphins second, Dragons third. It's unheard of.
Yeah.
You went to the Dragons-Titans game on Sunday.
I did.
You caught up with BKR.
I did.
Julian. Nick, did you see Nick?
I didn't end up seeing him, but
he was
I knew
there
he
though.
There.
How was
was
that?
there. Clarkie was there. There's a lot of people there.
Clarkie,
Yeah.
there you go. Everyone was there. How was that? Good atmosphere.
It was a good atmosphere there, but I thought the Titan supporters were louder than the Dragon supporters were.
How many Titans fans were there? Because I watched a bit
because they were next to each other on the hill. And we were laughing at comparison. There was about 10 Titans and about 50 Dragons, but we could hear the Titans more than we could hear the Dragons.
Because I was watching BKR's vlog of it, and it looked like there was a lot of Titans.
There
fans.
was
a
lot there. But
and I thought to myself, they're a Queensland team from the Gold Coast, and I don't associate them with having a big fan base. I was like, that's a lot of Titans fans.
They showing up this year, but they were outnumbered by Dragons. But
well, you'd hope so.
Yeah.
That's like obviously I went to Melbourne for the Dogs game.
We'll
get to that
there too.
And there was a few Dogs fans. Like we packed out 2 bays, and maybe louder. But obviously, when it's a hot, 80% Storm fans, they have cowbells and stuff. It's super annoying. Wouldn't recommend, to be honest. The Storm fans are very Victorian. You can tell they're not as into rugby league as New South Wales fans.
They do a lot of AFL.
Very
traditions,
bandwagon-y,
the banner when they run out.
They did the banners round 2 running out through a banner. It's like the banner should have said, "We're all injured" or something. What are you commemorating?
It's just all Victorian.
Yeah, all right. Well, let's get into. We'll start with accountability. We'll have a look at what we predicted last week and try scorers and margins. So it was Panthers Souths on the Thursday night. We both said Souths 1-12.
We did, and
we were both wrong there. Well, it was Panthers won by 4 in the end.
By 6.
By 6.
10, yeah.
That's right. And Souths nearly scored that try right at the end.
Oh,
that would have killed you. That would have killed you. We'll talk about it in a sec, but. You said Walker anytime.
Yes.
And I said Latrell anytime, and I believe neither of those players scored.
No, they didn't. But the players who did score, Alex Johnson, Isaiah Tass, we predicted to score in
the week
round
before.
1. Yes, they both scored in this game. So.
There you go.
Yes.
I feel like we're a bit silly.
Not picking Johnston.
Before the game, it's easy to say in hindsight, but I feel like Panthers were always going to win when you think about it. Yeah, it's like,
we're coming for him. It was a frustrating game to watch. Especially the second half. I literally nearly broke my hand.
I remember watching your TikTok. You said it was very frustrating.
I was furious. Yeah, my dad left for work 50th minute. I'm like, please go. I need the house to myself.
Yeah. All right, we'll come back to that, obviously. We both had Eels 1-12 in the Sharks Eels game. They did not win 1-12.
They didn't.
They lost 1-12, I think.
They did. They lost by 4.
Lost by 4. And we'll talk about the games later, but man, I'm not even an Eels fan, and I want to rant about them bombing that game. You had Regan Campbell-Gillard to score anytime. Oh, no, sorry, you had Paulo and Regan scored.
I said be one of their forwards.
And you literally, because I was just watching it, you literally said, I reckon one of the forwards, but you went Paulo. Regan scored first try. So that stings a little bit. I had Moses. Moses did score. So I got a point there. Finally, one of us is right about something. We both had Broncos 1-12. And they won.
1-12.
They won by 12.
Won by 12.
So we got that right. And then you had Walsh and I had Herbie.
Walsh definitely scored. And he deserved the try.
I don't know.
I don't think
Herbie. He was good, wasn't he?
I don't think Herbie scored, no.
Herbie did not score. So you get a point there. So I think we're tied.
Walsh, we'll talk about him.
We'll talk. It's so hard not to talk about it when you're doing this, but we will get to everything. We both had Roosters 13 plus.
Yeah, that's one I want to go into more detail about.
They won. Obviously, they won, but 1-12.
But,
you had Teddy. I had Suoli.
Teddy, come on.
Did he score?
I don't think so. I did watch this game. I didn't pay attention.
Yeah, I've got a bone to pick with the try he nearly scored. We'll get to it. And Suoli didn't score either, and he's the one I'm about to pick a bone with later on. And then obviously the best game of the round, Zane. You had Storm 13 plus.
I did.
I had Doggies 13 plus, and the Doggies won 13 plus.
14, but it's 13 plus. It's
13 plus, baby. You had Hughes anytime. He did score.
Yes.
And I don't remember if you went deep into like how he was going to score the try. I feel like
I just
but
knew he'd have
like
he'd
when you said like
have a game where he'd score.
Yeah, when you said like he'd score anytime, I thought it was a good prediction, and I sort of pictured him scoring the way he scored, like just soft on the line. And I had Carraz not only one. I
more visualised it as more of just breaking the line 50 metres and just
going.
Yeah, going himself.
I visualised it as like close to the line, bit of footwork, crashing over. Oh, well, that's not even what happened though. He just hit a hole. He just crashed over. But I had Carraz. What's that?
Well gone by that.
Yeah, the game was over. I had Carraz 2 or more. It's blowing up on TikTok. It's going viral. All the edits of it. I don't know how I called it. I don't know how I did it. I just had a gut feeling.
I can't.
Like a lot of people are saying, "Oh, you were just doing it as a joke." I genuinely had a gut feeling that it was going to happen. I don't know how to explain it, but like I genuinely did. Especially the Carraz 2 or more. I just had a gut feeling, so I'll take it. You had Tigers 13+.
Yeah,
I had Tigers 1 to 12.
No, they were.
I think
pathetic.
We've
this game
never
was the worst
picked
game
the
we've had of
Tigers.
the season. Probably will stay there.
Yeah,
it was awful.
Once again, the Tigers.
There was one moment which everyone. I was at the club in Colgrove before the game.
Yeah.
A moment where everyone got out their seats when a bloke went over the line.
We'll talk about that. We'll get to that.
Frizzell had to be a dick and ruin.
One of the greatest moments of all time, which was taken back. But yeah, you had Appy anytime.
I did.
I had. And I had Dewey anytime. I don't think either of them scored. And then we both had Titans 13+.
Oh, yes.
And they did not win 13+.
It was looking like that at one point. But
they started well, and they lost by 14. So
they were awesome at the start.
And do you remember who you picked as a try scorer? I don't have it down here.
Oh, I think I said Campiera. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, and he scored, didn't he? Did he?
No,
yeah, he did.
He did?
He scored the first try.
Right, yeah.
Oh, and I said Fafita to score.
Yeah.
And so, I can't be bothered going back through and counting how many we got right and wrong, but that's... I think we got more wrong than we got right.
We did.
Shocking.
I had 3 out of 8 this week.
Tips. I think I had 4 because I had doggies.
Awful.
And
nearly got 7.
Yeah.
The Titans let him down.
They started so well. Let's take it right back to the start though. Panthers Souths. You're a Souths fan.
Yes, it was very
Talk to me. You were saying how it was frustrating.
It was just a frustrating game to watch. Penrith deserved to win because they were far better and probably should have won by a lot more than what they did. But, the last 5 minutes, Latrell decides to come out of his cave and they scored 2 quick tries and probably nearly stole the win from him.
They came so close at the end.
They did.
I was whipping them home at the end where Edwards came and saved that ball. Imagine they score that Latrell's got a kick from the side.
Then golden
It was so close. It was so close. It would have hurt so much as a South fan.
Penrith, they love terrorising our weaker players, which is the right wingers. They've done it. They don't. Isaac Thompson, he was horrific. But I don't like being hard on rookies, but he was horrific.
Yeah. Under the high ball or just
under
overall?
Under the high ball. In the prelim last year, they did it to Tane Milne.
Yep.
The game before that, they did it to Jackson Paulo, which we're not going to talk about. A couple of years ago, Braden Burns played there. He couldn't clear his kick, so...
It's becoming a curse almost, that right wing spot. Yeah. And then AJ's just out there chilling. He's happy as ever.
He just gets the ball, puts it down.
That South's late run of tries was very interesting.
Shows what they can do.
They weren't in the game.
They weren't.
And Panthers just was I think their defence was all right because they were holding Panthers out to some extent. Were. But they just couldn't... I don't know if it was Panthers' defence being really good or the attack just not clicking. Yeah, I think as soon as Latrell stood up and actually did something,
still managed to get 50+ points on fantasy,
which is one of his biggest issues. He just doesn't get involved enough. Like when he's involved,
how is he getting 50 points on fantasy still?
I don't know, just sympathy points or something. I guess because when he's involved though, he does so much.
No.
He just doesn't get involved much, and that's why.
When he does, it's incredible.
He might have 3 touches and he'll get like 3 tries.
Yeah, he does things.
But he just doesn't do it enough, which is almost the Rabbitohs' Achilles heel. Like imagine if he was involved as like a Scotty Drinkwater or something.
I know.
Like you'd win so much more games, I think. But I'm not concerned about South.
I'm not either. Like we're missing players. Like Arrow was.
Yeah, you're missing a lot of forwards.
Was out, but I believe he's going to be back this week.
Yeah.
And who else are we? Jacob Host is out. So Saliva Havili's out. Like we got trips to come back. We'll be fine.
And like it's round 2. It was against the defending premiers at Penrith. I think there's definitely some things to improve on, but at the same time, like. I'm not concerned at all. Do you have anything else you want to call out any more players?
Disappointed.
Frustrated.
Like,
Who do you
they were great, but there can be a lot better.
Yeah.
It's just very frustrating.
Like, that's a game you could have won.
Yeah.
Like, as we said, they scored those tries late. If they'd just done that earlier, which like obviously it's not that simple to just score tries earlier, but like if Latrell got involved earlier or something, like they proved the points were there to be scored.
Walker needs to step up as well.
Yeah.
Because when he gets involved as well, they go well.
Yeah, he sort of went into hiding a little bit, didn't he? And then Friday night started with Eels Sharks, which this was a really good game.
Awesome game.
One of the better games of the weekend. There was lots of good games though. Not as much as round one, I think, but there was still lots of good games. The Sharks, no Nico Hines,
and they still
win. That's scary.
And Parramatta were far on top to start the game.
And Parra weren't even that bad. I wouldn't say they played bad. I actually thought they played good, to be honest.
They were good.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a big worry. They've got some tough games coming up. So,
Yeah, I thought Trindle was really, really good again.
No, Trindle was incredible.
Like, he's putting pressure on Moylan so much.
Moylan wants to perform.
And Moylan's stepping up as well, though. Moylan's doing all right.
Will Kennedy was awesome.
He had one or two errors, but otherwise, like, he scored a hat-trick.
Yeah.
Had plenty of involvements. He was just competing on everything.
And I'm glad Tom Trbojevic had the bye this week, because then Will Kennedy wouldn't have been in my fantasy side.
Did you trade him in?
I didn't trade him because
he was in, yeah. So. How many did he score?
He scored, I think, close to 60.
Yeah, wow, that's good. Yeah, he had a really good game. I think a lot of people had Walsh in their team of the weeks.
Yeah.
And if Walsh didn't play the way he did, like
I had Walsh in my fantasy side pre-season, but then I traded him out for
I didn't bring him in. I was a bit sceptical. Him and Hammer I had at one stage and traded them both out. Mad regrets.
A long week because Panthers have the bye, so there's a lot of changes I had to make.
Well, you know what? We should almost do a segment on fantasy, I think. Yeah. We actually probably should. That's something that we might sneak one in today if we feel like it. Because I feel like we can sit here and talk about fantasy for a bit.
Always bring it up at one point.
And one of my biggest YouTube videos is like the podcast I did on fantasy. So something to think about. I've got down that Eels didn't play that bad.
They weren't bad.
Like
they were good.
Yeah.
Like, they weren't bad, they were good.
I'd genuinely say they were good.
They were just better.
Yeah.
Actually, no, to be honest, I think Parramatta were better.
Yeah?
I do. I just think
there was a lot of bombed opportunities. Like, that's what I was saying before. Sevo, he was into scoring the corner at one stage. Wonga Blake, all he had to do was pass. It was literally guaranteed to score. Yeah. Holds the ball and then drops it.
I imagine being a Parra fan during
and that was like a minute left as well. And Moses a kick from the sideline to like win the game.
In his 200th game.
In his 200th. Like, he's nailing that at Bankwest, but it just wasn't to be. I thought Wonga Blake was pretty ordinary.
No,
I know there's a lot of hate going towards basically everyone except Sevo. I think Simonson's getting hate. It's Simonson and Wonga Blake are getting a lot of hate, mainly from Parra fans.
And they always do, because they're great players, but they do some silly stuff sometimes.
Lots of, not brain explosions, just dumb errors though. Like, pass the ball if your winger's open. And then as soon as he didn't pass, he just dropped it. And Sharks nearly ran away and scored if it wasn't for Hopgood, who is... how good is he?
I'm glad I traded him in when I did. I got rid of Matt Lodge and put him in.
I captained him.
80 points.
He got 80. I captained him. I was so proud. Yeah. Because I watched him run.
I'm tempted this week.
He's a freak.
But you watch, this will be the week where he gets like 30.
Yeah. So. I genuinely think he can be a top 3 lock at the end of the year.
Oh, yeah.
I'd say right now, he's almost the best lock in the game
at the moment,
on current form.
Like
right at this moment, based on round 1 and round 2, I think he's the best lock in the game.
Absolutely.
His offloading's insane.
Yeah.
Like,
and he came out of nowhere. Like, he was at Parra for a few years, but, he was just on the bench.
He was playing Panthers Cup last year.
He was on the bench every once in a while, but then, Parra scooped him up and he's been
what a buy. He can be buy of the year. Like, at the start of the season, you're talking Marnies, Kickouts, obviously they're Bulldog ones, Coruscant. Like, nobody's mentioning Hopgood.
Well, no one.
Nobody knew him.
Yeah.
And now at the moment, he's signing of the year, I think.
Yeah.
Like, he's so good. Like, you talk about the modern game with ball playing locks and stuff. He's perfect. I think if other teams knew what he was capable of, he would have been chased so hard. He would be rich. Like, there's so many teams that could use him. Doggies, Tigers. Yeah. Like, that's just 2 teams. Obviously, both like us and Tigers went into the market hard. Both teams need a lock. Like, who's the Tigers lock? Is it 12?
No, it's
like
actually
he's back row.
I'm trying to think who
is it Blore or someone?
Have a look now.
Clemmer's front row. Like, but obviously they can use a lock.
Right now.
And our lock at the moment is...
Tigers' lock last week was... It was Joe Offahengawi.
Offahengawi. Like, obviously you're taking Hopgood over him.
Yeah.
And, like, we had Fuamanu Brown week 1 and Raymond week 2, who's, like, more of a back rower. So, I think if we or Tigers or like almost any other club...
I'm pretty sure Hopgood's been playing second row, hasn't he?
I thought he's starting at lock.
Is he?
He might be moving into back row like at some stage. He's definitely number 13 though.
Right.
So he's definitely starting at lock. But you'd assume rotation-wise. Speaking of rotation, what's doing with the Eels rotation? Have you seen that it's 2 weeks in a row now that they've left a forward on the bench playing 0 minutes?
Really?
Yeah, 2 different forwards. Yeah, the first week, I don't remember who it was, but it was the first week there was a forward that played no minutes. And then this week again, there was a forward that played no minutes.
Oh, that's a bit interesting. I didn't
Where are the
pick up
stats?
that.
Teams? No, we want player stats. Oh, I can't get it up. I only know how to get it up on my phone.
You can see it on fantasy, I think. I'll have a...
But yeah, it's 2 weeks in a row where they haven't played. Now. They've left someone sitting on the bench, which sometimes a bench utility will just sit on the bench.
Yeah, I know.
But like these are forwards, and everyone else is playing like
PARRA.
massive minutes.
Is it Sione Katoa? No, he's from the Sharks. No, everyone in this game got a point. The lowest points they got was 9.
I don't. Well, there was definitely a player that played no minutes, so I don't know. I don't remember who it was.
Consider him on this list in week 1. No, all players got a point.
Yeah. I assume maybe they get points because their team gets points or something. I don't know.
Maybe,
but yeah, there was definitely one player in each week, and it was a different player, but they were both forwards.
Because I was.
So I don't know what's doing.
I noticed 2 Sione Katoas.
Yeah.
There's one. The other one's at the Dogs, isn't he?
He used to be. Yeah, he was like a hooker.
Maybe he's at the.
I don't know where he ended up. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know where he ended up, to be honest. I feel like that's ever. Oh yeah, I want to touch on again. I said it at the start, but like the Trindle versus Moylan thing.
I think Trindle's better.
At the moment he is, and they're going.
And I've never rated Moylan.
I think HINS is confirmed to return round 4, is what I read today. Apparently, at a school he got asked, and he said at the school round 4, which gives Trindle 1 more week, and then they have to decide. And not only
pretty sure they will keep Moylan in and go.
Yeah, you'd assume. But the other interesting aspect is I believe Moylan and Trindle are both off contract at the same time.
Are they?
And they can probably only keep one.
I reckon they'll keep Trindle if that's the case.
That's what
Moylan's
I think.
Pretty old now.
And I believe Moylan's on less money than Trindle currently as well. Because they signed him when he was all injured and stuff.
I think I've read that somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I heard recently. So, yeah, it's just one to keep an eye on that sort of battle. Because Trindle's killing it at the moment.
He is, yes.
Nothing else to touch on there.
No,
just Sharks.
Really, yeah.
Eels were good. Sharks were better.
Yeah.
Broncos Cowboys.
Awesome game as well.
And Cracker. I think I called it last week. The big game of the round. I wouldn't say it was game of the round, but it was good.
Underestimated the Broncos so much.
Yeah.
They look awesome, but the thing is, they did this last year. They played this good. Actually, no, they're playing better than what they were.
Yeah.
Last year.
They're playing top 4 footy again. Easily.
It's a bold call, and it's probably early, but I think they can make the grand final. And I'm not going to confirm it as my prediction, but I'm confident they can get very close to the grand final.
Do you reckon they were better this week than they were last week?
Yes, I think they were.
Like with Walsh?
Yes.
The crazy thing is...
Cowboys panicked, I know that, but Walsh just added...
The way they
played...
played...
their attack, they were so much better.
Their attack was so clean. It's their first time playing together.
Yes, I know.
In an NRL game. That's the Spine's first time playing together.
Like, Reynolds had another incredible
Imagine what
game.
they're going to be like in 10 weeks.
Oh... when Origin comes, but have you seen their next 5 games?
No.
It's Dragons, Dolphins, Tigers, Raiders, Warriors. I think that's it. It's like pretty beatable teams. Like I think, especially
the way they're playing. They've just knocked off Panthers and Cowboys.
It might be Knights actually. But,
yeah, same.
They could go.
I don't think that's that crazy. Saying they can make the grand
7-0
based on their form right now. Like obviously Panthers weren't at their best, but. Even so, recently, Broncos weren't at their best against Panthers.
Oh, they weren't. But
I don't think that's that crazy.
But the thing is, I used to hate the Broncos, but now I've got a soft spot for them for some reason. I think it's because Reynolds is there.
Yeah,
I want to see Reynolds do well.
Yeah, they're good to watch though as well. They're
his
entertaining.
Kicking is incredible. Sometimes
I've got that written down.
His
kicking game
and Reece Walsh around him just make him even better.
Because he doesn't have to do anything.
Yeah, he doesn't.
He just has to kick and direct,
just lead everyone,
which
around.
is perfect for him. His kicking game is.
Incredible.
It's one of the best kicking games ever, I think.
Especially short kicking.
Yeah, his short kicking game probably the best ever,
Yeah.
I'd say. And then just in general, it's up there with Joey and JT.
Yeah.
His kicking is genuinely
awesome, and it's underrated.
So it's underrated. I was about to say, yeah, it is underrated. I thought, obviously Walsh's debut. Is that the best club debut you can remember?
I've seen him play.
Yeah.
And I think he's at a club now where he can perform at his best on a consistent
And he's
level,
not fighting with coaches. He's not away from home. He's not having to fight for his position.
And the thing with the Warriors is just they can't ever get the best out of their players.
Yeah.
Whereas the Broncos is a club that can do that.
And they're just backing him. They've said, this is your spot. Go kill it. And that's what he did. In his first game. Like, that's unheard of.
And I saw in the press conference before the game, Walters was saying, it's not the best conditions for him tonight for Walsh. And see how good he was?
Well, it wasn't. It was raining and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it was wet weather footy.
Imagine him in the day.
He destroyed it. Like, it's scary. If he can play like that every week. Their spine, not really their hooker. I think they ran with Walters and then Pakes off the bench. But, like, Reynolds, Mam, Walsh, that's dangerous. Like, I'm high on Mam. I was last year as well.
I'm high on the Broncos in general.
Yeah.
I think they've got an incredible side.
They've got a good forward pack.
A lot of things in the future.
Carrigan's lock, isn't he? Or is he a prop?
He's lock.
Yes, that spine, like, you got Carrigan, Reynolds, Mam.
And Walters, who's, he's good.
He does
He's
a job, though. When you have those other 4 players in the spine, you don't need a star.
If you're tier ranking him, you wouldn't put him, like, elite. Like,
no way, but he's, like, he can just do a job.
Yeah.
And that's almost good, though. You look at a team like the Roosters where they've got, like, a star player in every spot of their spine and both centres and, like, the wingers and the forwards. It's too much. Where the Dolphins, sometimes you don't need every single player in the spine to be elite. You just need most of them to be elite. And then that gives the elite players
I also don't
the
think
ball enough.
The Roosters look at all those players as elite players.
Yeah. Well, like, you got Teddy, Suoli'i, Manu, Cheese, Kiri, Radley.
Elite, is he?
He used to be. Yeah. I don't know if you can say currently he is. And, like, Walker I wouldn't call elite. But all the other... I think we'll get to the Roosters. I've got down that the Cowboys are still not at their best.
They're not at their best, and I don't think they can... Well, I think they will hit a peak, but I don't think they're going to go as well as what they did last year.
Yeah.
And I said it pre-season.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to go as well.
Yeah, it seems... maybe there's a bit of burnout from their big season last year.
But I think more teams just look at them as a threat.
Yeah,
and will be
which
more,
you said the other week,
That's so, and I'm... Yeah. Like, I expect the Broncos to win this game. I saw a lot of people tipping the Cowboys, but I'm like, no, I think Broncos are genuinely a much better side than the Cowboys.
Yeah, definitely. Then they showed that they, if there was any doubt that they were or weren't, like, they are now.
They are.
There's no doubt. Anything else to touch on?
Not really. We touched on it all.
Yeah. Roosters Warriors.
Yes.
I've got down that Roosters should have done a lot better. I was
backing the Warriors so much in this game.
Yeah.
Roosters still were nowhere near their best. If they went up against the top side in this game, they wouldn't have won.
Yeah, no way.
It's just the Warriors, they're similar to the Tigers where they can make the meters, they got the forwards, but when they get into the opposition's 20, they just don't have creativity.
Yeah. Yeah, agree.
They just drop the ball, make stupid errors.
Silly errors.
And that's what they did. They were coming for the Roosters in that last 10 minutes, but they just
can't ice it.
Yeah, they just can't.
Ice it. Like, they lost by 8. That's nothing.
Yeah, any elite side would have beaten the Roosters in that game.
Not even, like, just any, like, above it. Not a bit more than above average.
Like, any of the sides who made the 8 last year would have beaten them.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
With ease as well.
Like, there's just, I don't know what they're missing, but, because they have everything.
Like, Suoli'i was incredible, in defence especially. He was outstanding. Like, he just... so perfect with his tackles.
Yeah.
Like, they're never too dangerous. They're never too soft. They're just perfect.
He's really coming into his own, eh?
Yes.
Yeah, he's looking good. One thing I noticed was he sort of made a break up field late in the game, and all he had to do was pass it inside to Teddy.
Yeah.
Didn't pass it to Teddy.
I know, that's when I'm like, Teddy's going to get a support play try.
Yeah, because you called him to get his support play try.
No, Teddy dropped it at one point as well. Have you seen that?
I didn't see that.
I think Kiri broke the line and just had Teddy next to him. Easy try. Teddy puts it down. Everyone was shocked. They're like, Tedesco dropped it.
Yeah.
And he always catches those.
He scored, back to fantasy, he scored so bad in fantasy.
Oh, yeah.
Again, I need to trade him out. He was like my vice captain. He's hurting me, man. Teddy, do better. And then, so that happened, and then Suoli'i eventually passed in and, like, Walker stole the try. Yeah. But they were blowing up at each other. Yeah,
that's when I'm like, bloody Tedesco, come on.
Yeah. There's a bit of media coverage around it. I think it was Buzz or someone, so... like, but they were saying, maybe like Suoli'i wants the fullback spot.
He does. And they've just extended Tedesco.
And they've just extended Tedesco literally today. And I think it was last week they extended Suoli'i for like maybe just 1 year.
So it's very interesting.
But like, is he sabotaged? Like, is that why he didn't pass the ball? Like, is he trying to get Tedesco's spot?
You wouldn't think so.
I think because like he looked inside and then he sort of went, "No, I'll just go myself."
No, you wouldn't think so.
But yeah, surely he just like thought the fullback had intercepted or something. You'd hope that's not happening, but shout out to Buzz Rothfield. Yeah.
Like, I love him, but I hate him. Like,
I've
NRL
got-
360 would not be what it is without him.
I found out that a kid in my course at uni, exact same subjects and everything like my age, is Buzz Rothfield's son.
Is it? Oh,
I'm
God.
20. Buzz's son is 20 years
Oh,
old.
Buzz said the other day on...
He said his age.
Yeah, on the buy round,
round
he's
with James Graham,
54.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I was
Which
like...
is younger than what I thought he was.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I was like, surely, I thought he was like 70 or 80. And he was... But then he, bruh, look, I don't want to get cancelled or anything, but...
I thought he was more...
He could get away with 80.
I thought he was in his 70s.
Definitely 70s. He could get away with 80, I reckon. Shout out to Buzz. I hate him so much. I don't like him as well because he has such an agenda against the Bulldogs because we have Gus. And he has an agenda against Gus, so he upsets me more than he should. Nothing else for Roosters Warriors?
No, not at all. I just think Roosters...
What do you reckon of the Warriors? Like, do you reckon they can do better than expected?
I've got a question to ask you about them eventually, so we might talk about them a bit more there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I do have something.
All right, we'll come back to it.
Say about them.
Dolphins, Raiders.
Went exactly how it went, how I expected it to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I expected the Dolphins to win this game 1-12. I tipped them.
Mm-hmm.
And, Raiders, they were up, but, Dolphins were just a bit better than them and got over them in the end, as they deserved.
Yeah.
But
I thought
they're playing so good, the Dolphins.
Like,
Felice Kafusi, or Finn Diesel, as they call him.
Just snapping plays.
Oh, yeah. Hamasad Tidai, which, again, is in one of my questions, but incredible when he deserves to be leading the Dally M.
Yeah, he's leading it.
Yes, which is not what you'd expect. Like, when the Dolphins signed him, I'm like, yeah, okay, but I didn't realise, like, if he never got signed by him and the Cowboys extended him, they would not have won those 2 games.
Yeah, no, like, he's doing so good at fullback, and I had doubts over him as a starting fullback with such a almost, I don't know if you can call the spine weak anymore. But like, I thought it was a weak spine.
It's not to the level of some other clubs, obviously.
Yeah,
but still.
But he's just killing it. Wayne Bennett's once again just getting the best out of average players.
And spine players in particular, as he usually does. He gets the best out of them.
He just does it so often. Like that Queensland Origin 2020.
And the whole off-season I was saying, like, we underestimating Wayne Bennett. But look at that side. We just can't predict them to be high. But I think Wayne Bennett's... Like, I know it's round 2. They've got a loss coming soon. I can see it.
You reckon? You reckon they've got a loss coming soon?
Coming soon. They will.
They've got an alright draw.
Every team's going to lose this year and every team's going to win a game. So, but...
They play Knights this week.
Yeah, and which, it's away, so it's a bit more of a challenge.
And then they play Broncos.
And I think that's where the loss will come.
Yeah.
Broncos, but, they beat the Roosters, you never know.
If they beat the Broncos, do you reckon they're the real deal?
They can beat the Broncos, yes.
If say they lose to the Broncos and then beat the Dragons, so say they start 4-1.
Yeah, I still think they're gonna. Even if they go 4-1, I still think they're gonna fade away as the year goes on.
When they play the
I don't think they're making the 8.
You don't reckon they can make the 8?
No, not yet. Maybe in a few
weeks.
I
don't think so either. Again. But at the same time, when you watch them play, they're going good.
They are.
But it just doesn't make sense.
I just think they will fade away as the year goes on. They're not going to get the spoon. No way.
Yeah, I don't think they can
under
get
Bennett,
the spoon.
I said there's no way they'll get the spoon.
And I think they could. They might not make it, but they can compete. They've shown they can compete for the 8.
Yeah, for sure.
They'll be in and around it, I think. What do you think of the Raiders? They've lost 2 in a row now.
They're just hard to get a read on. Like, they're decided the whole off-season. I was just like, I don't know.
They're just one of those teams that hasn't improved and hasn't...
No, they haven't improved, but they've got a forward pack, like one of the best in the league.
They've got a team on paper that can play finals.
It's a side that, they were in the grand final a few years ago.
Yeah.
And, it hasn't changed, too much. Like, there's been little changes here and there. But they just...
That's what I mean. On paper, they're a finals team.
Looked at it, just know how to beat them.
Yeah. I feel You
just got to tie their forwards out and
go around. They're just lacking icing as well. There's just something missing.
Yeah. I don't know what it is.
They're just not all there, compared to all the other teams.
Yeah, and some of their back lines getting a bit older now, like Rapina's coming to the back end of his career, but Smith Shields traded him into my side this week. Got rid of Brett Naden, because he don't even know why.
Why was he in your team? If you're picking Tigers players...
Had no money left.
The
centers were the last 2 players, though.
Yeah, okay,
So I put Shop and Naden in, who Shop can do all right, but he had an average week on fantasy.
Yeah.
But Naden got 19. I'm like, get out of here.
Anything else for Dolphins?
No,
Raiders?
the game went exactly how I expected it to.
Yeah.
Dolphins by 6, I think, was my exact prediction for it.
And what did they win by 4?
6. They won by 6,
There you go. Yeah, they did. Because they scored late, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Like a minute left or something.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, this is the game everyone wants to hear about. So this is one of the biggest upsets in rugby league history. I wouldn't go that far. You know why I wouldn't go that far? Because I called it. Doggies 13 plus. It wasn't even an upset. I'm sick of people. And Carraz 2 or more tries. What did you make of this game?
Just, the game started and, Preston, was it? Went over for that try that went disallowed. But then I decided to walk up the road to 7-Eleven to go get myself a drink. I come back home at 16
Yeah.
I'm like, 16 I'm like, what is going on here?
Yeah, it was insane.
I could not believe it.
Like, the Bulldogs just came out firing and almost caught the Storm off guard. And the Storm just were never in it. They scored a couple of tries late in the game, and I was like...
Well, that's because, in the start of the second half, Christian Welsh and Nelson, who were the 2 best players for Melbourne that night, were off the field.
Off the field, and the Bulldogs scored 2
tries. But it's too late by then.
I think Nelson, he was good.
He was.
He literally single-handedly pulled Storm back into the game and then got hurt. And that was it.
10, I think.
It was funny, though, because when Bulldogs went up 26-0, so like when they were off the field and we went up 26-0, I had the multi, the now infamous multi, Bulldogs plus 7.5, Carraz, Tormore, and Carraz had scored his second try, and the Bulldogs were up by 26, which meant the Storm would have to score 34 unanswered points to ruin my multi. And I was messaging group chats after group chats I'm up here, this is on. And then Storm scored the 2 tries, and I thought I'd curse the Bulldogs, eh?
Yeah,
I thought they were going to come back and win it. But they held on. I've got down quite a few things. I thought Jacob Carraz was outstanding.
He was, yes.
He played. He actually got a bunch of Dally M points. He got 6 Dally M points.
For a winger.
Wow. I thought, Jacob Preston.
Really army kick out. Had a great game.
Yeah, he had a great game. And I said it.
Again, Burton bounced back well. He was good as well.
And I said when we were doing the preview, I said Burton and Kickout would have to bounce back in a big way to win the game. And they did. I thought Burton still wasn't at his best.
Yeah, but Kickout was involved in everything.
Kickout was very good. He
wanted to play good tonight.
Even Fox, we said last week Fox had almost a bad game against Manly. And I said that he has to get involved.
He was getting booed as well, I could hear over
he got...
Yeah, he was getting booed.
He left us some 2 years ago. He was getting booed.
You see, it was a different... It wasn't like he backstabbed the club to leave.
Literally.
He left on good terms.
It was weird. And I thought, everyone loves Fox.
And I see people commenting they're racist. I'm like, racist? I don't
want to get
into
racism.
it now. I'm like, for goodness sakes.
There's
got nothing to
if
do
you're
with
booing
race,
if you're booing a player just because they're Aboriginal doesn't mean you're being racist.
Yeah, no.
And that's obviously
I
didn't want to get into the Latrell stuff. Yeah. But there is a difference between booing a player and being racist.
I see people commenting racist. I'm like, no. It's got nothing to do with his race. Yeah. Don't even bother.
But I think we said he had to get involved more, and I said as a winger it's hard to get involved. He had to find a way to do it. And I thought he did well. I thought he was definitely more involved than he was against Manly.
Behind what he's capable of.
He seemed a bit injured. And we had Ockenbaugh on the bench. And that makes me wonder.
Well, you never seen him standing around great.
Mate. So I got to the game basically and sat down and pulled up my phone and saw the final team list. And I saw Ockenbaugh. And I wanted to go back to Sydney. Eh? I was like, there's no way we've named Jaden Ockenbaugh on the bench as well. What? Why are you naming Jaden? But
imagine if he came on and then Bulldogs lost the game because of him.
Don't. Because that's the sort of thing that can happen. But they put him on with 2 minutes left, which was nice because the game was over at that stage. But Cameron Serrato said in his press conference that they put him on there because of all the head knocks that are happening. They wanted a player that can cover backs and forwards. And so it seems like they're trying to shift Ockenbaugh into... Which he played second row.
So they want him in the side, do they?
Yeah, well, on the bench. Just as the utility, I guess. Which is a bit weird. But, they basically said they're going to try and turn him back into a full... Because he did used to be a second row centre.
Yeah.
And so I guess they're going to try and get him back into that mould. Just in case,
Yeah.
There's a lot more I can talk about, but... I don't want to get too deep into it. I thought Perham had a good game as well.
He did, yeah.
He was really good at fullback. I was very impressed because I had not been impressed with him.
The thing I'm worried about with the Bulldogs is, are they going to be consistent? Because we saw they were
that's my worry. Yeah.
Are they going to come out this week and lose to the Tigers?
And that's what I said. Obviously, I touched on it last week. After we lost to Manly, people were calling for Burton to be moved to centre, Perham to be dropped, Avrilla to be dropped, Funner to be dropped. And then we win a game and everyone's like, we're going to win the comp. This is the best team ever. Yeah. It's it's one game.
You watch the Tigers beat them this
week. I'm not confident. It can happen.
It's at Belmore
It can happen. I think, we got to just wait for consistency, and that's a big factor this year. Can they be consistent?
Yeah.
Because we've seen close to their worst, we've seen close to their best
already.
Now, what are we gonna see in the future? Are we gonna play close to our worst or best? Also, just on the Storm, I'm not concerned about them at all. Like losing to the Bull. You're concerned, are you?
Another question I've got. But we'll talk about that.
Like obviously they were missing.
We'll skip this, but I've got an exact question about.
All right, we'll come back to that then. We'll come back to that before we continue.
Pretty much said it in that sentence.
We've got 2 more games to look at, but I want to look at the team lists.
Oh yeah,
for this week.
4-13, yeah.
Yeah.
Or should we just wait until?
Actually, we'll do the next 2 games, then we'll look at the team list, then questions.
Oh, should we do it? I thought we'd just do team list as we're going over the games.
Oh no, that's a good idea. Let's do that.
Yeah.
That's smart. All right, Tigers Knights, the Spoon Bowl. An absolute spoon bowl.
Worst game I've ever watched. There's only one moment I can remember from this game. That's Twile almost scoring it. Bulldogs were 12-0. Tigers were 12-0 down, and all their players jumped up like they'd won the comp.
Apparently, the crowd went nuts. From what I've heard,
absolutely. We didn't have sound on the screen.
Yeah,
but, there's all people around watching it, and as they saw him go over, and the whole club jumped up. They're like, it's happened. But bloody Frizzell had to be a dick and knock it out of his hand.
When you watch it, like not the replay that shows Frizzell knocking it out, but like the back angle, whatever they show, like when it's live, it looks like he scores. Like they just hit him short and he just crashes over.
He's scoring this year.
He
is scoring.
He's gonna
and it's got to be at like up. They only have one more game there. Stupid that they've given their last. I think they've got their last game there is against like some. It's against like the Storm or something.
Why
are they Cowboys?
Why are they playing the first 2 games at Leichhardt?
Oh, well, their next game, I think it's around 10.
Yeah.
Or 12 maybe.
Like they play 3 games a year there, and they're putting 2 at the start of the season.
They got the Cowboys there. So, what a way to...
Remember, and that's a bit iconic, the Tigers-Cowboys game at Leichhardt. Yeah. When they were playing in the Tommy Rodoricas kit. Yeah. And Cowboys were up like 34-0 at halftime. Yeah, I think they must have given them 2 like Leichhardt games at the start just to like try and kickstart their season or something.
Yeah, maybe.
But even like the first game was a sellout.
They don't win at Leichhardt.
They only sold half the crowd the second game. Yeah. It was like 13 out of 20,000. Like, have the Tigers just given up on them already?
This was a horrible game. Knights were awful.
Knights were missing Ponga and Brayley after like 2 minutes.
They were awful still.
They were bad. That's what I mean. Like they were bad.
They are going to be very close to the spoon.
Yeah.
The Knights. I'm confident.
Now Ponga's out for like 4 to 6 weeks.
I'm still confident the Tigers can get better. But the Knights, I'm just like, no.
Well, like they've got Bateman to come in. They've got combos to like gel and stuff. The Knights... Like, they won the game. Congratulations. Take the 2 points and run, but...
I don't rate the Knights one bit.
The Knights, neither team was good.
Yeah, awful.
It was a genuine spoon bowl. We talked about Ponga's head knocks last week, and we say every week, like, he's a fullback, not a 5'8", and my concerns was if he moves to 5'8", he's in the firing line.
Yeah.
He's going to get injured more, and here we are. And, like, what do you make of it? Do you reckon does he have to miss...
He's going to miss a few games, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, it's 2 in a row, like 4 in the last 10 months. Like, he will be missing a couple of games here.
NRL physio said that I don't know if it's the rules or if it's, like, the recommended from, like, a physio standpoint that it's 4 to 6 weeks out when you have, like, that many concussions. And,
I think it is.
As a comparison, Luke Keary always gets talked about his concussions. And, like, he's wearing headgear now because of it. Yeah. He's had 1 concussion in the past year. And there's that, and there's that many concerns around him. Ponga's had 4.
And he wears headgear as well.
And he wears it as well. Like that's a funny thing. Headgear doesn't actually prevent concussions.
No, it doesn't.
It only prevents like lacerations and stuff because the brain still moves around.
Yeah.
There's no evidence to suggest it. So it's pretty dumb.
It helps though, apparently.
It helps like confidence wise, like mentally. Like I've headgear on, so like I'm gonna be safe. And then just like lacerations and stuff. Yeah. But concussions, it like doesn't help because the brain still moves around. But yeah, that's just an interesting fun fact about headgear. But yeah, I'm concerned about the Knights because not only do they have 4 to 6 weeks without Ponga, who's their captain and star player, but then when he comes back, where do you play him? I don't think you can put him back at 5'8".
Oh, well, I think they're going to.
They probably will, but like...
He needs to be playing fullback.
Even if you say like, even if he's playing good at 5'8", he's a fullback.
I know I've got Lockie Miller in my fantasy team. Ponga's got to play fullback.
He's a fullback. He's not a 5'8".
He's not.
Even if he's playing, he's a fullback. We've seen what he can do at fullback for Queensland.
Yes.
And now you take into consideration the injuries at 5'8". Well, put him back at fullback,
just
please.
get him there.
Oh man, the Knights are,
this
and they still won the game.
Yeah, they probably. But the one positive I have, I like their jersey. They've really fixed their jersey.
The Knights.
Yeah.
I don't rate it.
I like it a lot more than what it used to be. Like the NRB logo.
I think it's better, but I still don't rate it.
But yeah, I like their colour combo.
You did jersey rankings at the start of you?
When I first saw their jersey in the photos, I said,
so it's growing on you.
After seeing it, like in games, I do like the blue, like and the red. Like
I don't like the colours are nice. I don't like the design though. Like
it's grown.
I think the chevron needs to be either higher or lower because the
it's
bottom of the chevron
I know,
gets covered by the sponsor.
It's grown on me a little bit.
I wish they'd go back to the stripes.
Yeah, actually, good idea. I did like.
I like that. Like that's the Knights to me. The stripes. I wish they'd go back to that.
I think it gives them PTSD because when they had those jerseys, it's when they were rubbish.
Yeah, when they were winning spoons and stuff.
Yeah, then they changed it.
True. Played finals.
Yeah.
That's true. But maybe they're rubbish again now. Well, were they in the white jersey on the weekend?
Yeah,
I like the white jersey.
They've been in the white
with
jersey
the red
games.
and blue.
Both games.
Yeah, the white jersey is nice.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the white jersey is nice. Anything else?
Not really.
Definitely concerned. You don't want to talk about it anymore. It's giving you a concussion just talking about it.
Wow, come on.
Look, I didn't get to watch the game, but man, I've watched mini and then
I watched the first half.
Stuff I've heard about it.
Can we go to the game now?
Yeah.
This is terrible.
Dragons Titans. I also didn't see this game, and I haven't watched a mini on it.
It was a good game, but it was just very interesting. Like it just switched.
Because I was getting score updates on my phone. The Titans.
They were good.
What were they up? Like 16-2 or something?
No, it was 12-2.
12-2.
And they were good that first 20 minutes. Like they were organised. Forum was organised. They were defending well. They weren't making errors. But then all of a sudden, Moses Mbide goes off. Jacob Little comes on, scores pretty much straight away after coming on. And the game just completely switched from there.
Yeah, wow.
The Dragons were well on top.
So Moses Mbide started at hooker?
Yes. Then he came off and Little played the rest of the game.
Little played good?
He was awesome. Little was incredible.
Wait, he came from Tigers, eh? I rated him at Tigers.
Yeah, people were pretty hard on him going to the Dragons, but he was probably their best player on the field.
Sullivan 5'8"? How did he go?
He went all right. Like, I think Amon's still a better player than him, but Hunt.
Was Hunt good?
He came out of nowhere. Did you see his dummy? Dummy try they gave to Sloan. He threw a dummy, the player ran out, and then he just tossed it through to Sloan, and I was right in front of that.
Yeah, how'd Sloan go? Because he scored some good fantasy points.
Yeah, Sloan played good. He got a try.
Yeah.
And, like, Bravalara was all right. Lomax played all right. Yeah, exactly how to make a video dissing Lomax. He plays good.
Yeah. Well, do you reckon we're sleeping on the Dragons? Like, obviously, they're currently off after one game on the bye. They're in second.
I know it's been one game, but I don't think they're going to get the spoon. I think they're going to be exactly how they were.
You don't reckon they're going to get this?
Like
just like outside
11th,
the 8?
10th, 12th, like around there.
Yeah, okay. So you reckon
rubbish.
the coach is in trouble or nah? You reckon he keeps his job if they keep playing that way?
Like, it depends on how much games they lose in a row. Like, if they lose 6 in a row, he'll probably go.
Like, for all you know, that game could have just been a once-off.
But I think even, like, if they don't do too bad, I don't think he'll be coaching them next year.
Really?
No, I think they've already, like, from what I know, because I'm a local here,
yeah.
what I know, a lot of people involved with the club, I'm pretty confident that they're looking at someone else.
Yeah, okay.
And I think Griffin knows that he's not going to be having a job there.
Which, that's normally how it works at the Dragons too. Yeah. Like, you look at their old coach, like, they weren't doing that bad. They weren't doing great, but they weren't doing that bad, and he's just like, you're moving on. So, yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Anything else to touch on in that game?
It's just Titans disappoint me because I really like the Titans and I really rate them.
They looked good against the Tigers.
Fell apart in that second half.
What do you reckon they fell apart?
I know, it was pretty windy up there, but Tanner Boyd was just shocking.
The bits and pieces I saw, he was bad.
Yeah, he did that short drop out that went like 4 metres.
Yeah.
Close.
Because I was trying to watch the game.
Kicked it out on the full at one point, then at one point they got a penalty and he missed the touchline. Yeah, that's the worst mistake you can make.
I kept like turning it on every now and then on my way home because I was on a train when it was on. And yeah, I kept hearing Blocker say that like Boyd was having a bad game kicking wise. Like his kicking game was off. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's the round. Nothing else you want to talk about?
Not really. It's just
get into the questions.
Apart from the Sunday games, awesome.
Yeah, other than the Sunday games.
Yeah.
The spoon, like it was literally a spoon bowl the first game, then the Dragons-Titans game was just meh. But yeah, that's Sunday footy for you, isn't it? It usually is the case. Do you want to kick us off with the questions?
We will. Okay, me first?
Yeah. You go first.
Okay, my first question is quite like, my first question is quite like an interesting one here. So, Question 1. If the Hammer keeps up his form he's shown in the first 2 rounds, do you think he's a smoky to be the Maroons fullback if Ponga is unavailable? And note that AJ Brimson will be in the talk.
I was just thinking. I was thinking if Ponga's unavailable, I was thinking it's either Brimo or Hammer. They've both been in Origin before. But I think from memory,
Brimson started before.
Yeah, Hammer hasn't started before. Not at fullback. I think he maybe centre in the 2021. And did he come off the bench last year? Did he play last year?
He was involved in it.
He's definitely in some capacity. It'll depend on Brimson's form, I think.
So, yeah, you reckon...
But, like, on current form... Yeah.
Like, do you reckon, when it comes, do you reckon they'll go Brimson or Hammer if Ponga's unavailable?
Assuming they keep the form they're in, like, right now.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, Brimson's not even doing that.
Well, no, even just right now as we speak, if Ponga can't play, which, well, he obviously wouldn't be able to if Origin was this week, do you reckon they'd pick Brimson or Hammer as their fullback? Or who do you think they would pick if it wasn't?
That's actually a really good question.
Walsh, he's as well.
And he's been in and around camp as well. He was meant to play.
Yeah, that 1 year.
And then he got injured?
Yeah.
Or something? He was meant to play. Man, Queensland are spoiled with fullbacks.
Yeah,
I thought we were. Well, New South Wales are, but...
Queensland are as well.
If I'm Billy... That's the thing though, like, Billy Slater's the coach.
Yeah.
So the fullback's going to be sweet. Like, no matter who he picks...
He can go out there and play.
Yeah. I think as of right now, I think Brimson's probably the safer bet.
Yeah,
Brimson's safe, but if you want to be a little bit risky, but I think if you want to be a bit risky coming up against like Tedesco, Turbo, Latrell, you probably are a bit inclined to go either Hammer or Walsh.
Yeah.
And I think that that's the thing. Like Walsh is in the mix as well. I think you'd pick one to be fullback, and then you'd have at least one in the squad as well. I'll give you a take, though, a hot take.
The question actually was... Sorry, I've gone a bit... The question was, do you reckon Hammer could be a smoky to get that?
Well, Hammer's definitely a smoky. Definitely a smoky. Definitely.
Yes. Okay.
I think... I'm going to give you a hot take. I think even if Pong is healthy and playing 5/8 for Newcastle, I reckon one of those three can take his fullback spot.
You reckon Pong will be left out? Well, not left out, but
like, because he's at 5'8", he's not playing at fullback.
Imagine poor Joey.
Well, I'm not saying that'll happen, but yeah.
What would poor Joey think of that?
Do you know what I mean? That like, because he's playing 5'8", he's coming,
not playing
and
fullback,
now he's injured for 4 to 6 weeks.
Why should they pick him at fullback if he's not playing?
Especially when you have options like Walsh, Hammer, Bruno.
Yeah.
Like they're spoiled for choice.
Very interesting when
Pong is in trouble, I think, come Origin. Especially with his injuries.
Yeah, it's going to be
he's going to have 4 to 6 weeks off now.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting.
That's a good question, though. That's a good question. My first question, I think you'll like this one. How many sin bins this week in the Roosters Rabbits games?
Okay, I was going to ask the same question later on tonight in Haynes' video. Want to check that out as well, but
when does Haynes' video come out?
Probably
Friday night.
Yeah, probably Thursday.
Yeah,
Friday,
go and watch that.
I'm
going to drop this Wednesday, so go watch Haynes' video.
But I reckon sin bins. I'm going to say 3, and a send off.
Oh!
I reckon there's going to be some massive high tackle.
Surely though.
Then it's going to cause a big scuff on someone. It'll be Burgess or someone.
Do you remember how many were in the semi off the top of your head?
6 or maybe 8 or something. It
was a crazy amount. And there was a send off as well, wasn't there? At least one.
No.
Oh, there wasn't a send off.
But Milne went twice. Radley went. Twice.
So you reckon 3 sin bins and a send off?
Yes.
I'll go
2 sin bins.
I was going to say I'm going to go just 2 sin bins.
Yeah.
No, that's not enough. I'm going to go 3 sin bins and no send off.
I reckon it's going to be some massive high shot from like Burgess or someone that is going to get sent off for, like he did in that Sharks game last year.
Yeah. I think there's got to be an incident where 2 blokes get sin binned at once.
Yeah.
And then I reckon another one where just 1 bloke gets sin binned for like a high shot.
Yeah. Oh gosh, you're making me excited.
All right, I'm gonna give you just off the back of that. I'm cheating. I'm gonna do an extra question. First bloke to get a sin binned. Who do you reckon?
Let's go Tom Burgess.
Tom Burgess. First sin bin. I reckon like Latrell and Cody Walker are normally safe bets, but they avoided it in that sin bin Sunday game.
If it's a Roosters, it'll be
Jared, yeah. Radley's
not playing, I don't think.
Is he out still?
I think he might be.
Well, we'll find out. I'm so keen to get the team list up, but we'll get to that. All right, your question.
My second question is, do you think the Storm are in trouble and it's the downfall beginning?
Nah.
No.
I'm not. I think obviously that's the question you alluded to before. I'm not too worried about the Storm yet. I think they were missing that many players. I think if Munster...
But they weren't good.
Yeah, but I think if all the players they're missing played, like, they would have won that game.
You reckon?
Yeah. I think so.
Like
Munster and Pappenhausen aren't that good. You don't reckon?
The Bulldogs were good enough to beat Munster. And
you reckon?
Yes. I think if they were there, the Bulldogs would have got over them.
I think the big concern is the forward pack, though.
It is, yeah. Their forward pack's too
so
too weak.
Especially with now Nelson's out.
Mm.
Like, he carried them so hard. Oh. He literally single-handedly pulled them back into that game.
Yeah. But I'm worried about when Bellamy goes. That's when I reckon, because he looks tired.
He's on his way out.
You can tell in the games and press conference. He's just ready to finish up.
Yeah.
Which is what I'm worried about for him.
Yeah. I think, like, into the future, like, if we're talking, like, next 5 years, I think there's definitely concerns around him. But, like, for this year, I'm not too concerned yet, but I think definitely there's concerns going into the future, especially with Bellamy leaving.
I think they're in a lot of trouble in the next 5 years.
I agree. I think that the thing that works in their favour is they did just lock up their entire spine.
For years, I know.
A few years, which helps. But, like, you'd assume they'll almost all leave. Like, do you reckon Munster's looking at the Dolphins right now thinking, man, I wish I went there?
Oh, I don't think so.
You don't reckon?
I think he's pretty happy with signing the Storm.
Yeah. Nice little pay packet.
Yeah.
My next question is alluding to the Eels' next 3 games. They're 0-2 currently. Do you reckon they're going to be 0-5?
Who do they have?
Playing
they got Manly?
Manly, Panthers and Roosters, all off buys.
I reckon they can win one of them. I reckon they'll beat the Roosters.
I think that's the game they come closest to winning.
They won't. There's no way they'll go. Like, they'll have a game where they have a real blinder. Well, Penrith even. They've shown they can beat Penrith.
And Manly, like, maybe, because we don't know where Manly are.
I reckon Manly will beat them.
Yeah. I think Manly will win, but we don't know for sure if Manly are legit or not.
Yeah.
And so there is a chance that Eels...
But yeah, I just don't think, though, Brad Arthur in particular would let them lose.
So you don't reckon they'll go 0-5?
I just cannot imagine them starting the season like that. They've surely got to get a win.
They're traditionally fast starters too.
They are,
so your third question?
Do you think the Warriors can fight for the 8 and are people underestimating them?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I think I'm not saying, like, I don't think it's so hard because, like, I want to say I don't think they'll get the spoon, but then it's like, who's going to get the spoon?
Yeah,
it's so competitive this year.
It's going to be someone known.
Yeah. But I think just purely because of, like, how competitive it is and there's so many other teams, like, fighting for the 8. I don't think Warriors will make the 8.
Yeah, I don't think they will, but I think they can. Look, I've been watching them closely over the last 2 weeks. I don't think they're, like, as bad as people.
Yeah, I think
they got the forwards, but
I think they are a little bit slept on.
Yeah, like I think they can finish more around 10th.
Yeah, I think they can finish just outside the 8. Yeah, but especially if they can pull a few sneaky wins at home.
Yeah,
which they tend to do. Like, we play them round 4 in New Zealand, and, like, they'll probably put one on us.
You reckon?
Yeah, because they're good in New Zealand.
Yeah, they are.
It's such
they were good against the Roosters, but just couldn't finish things off.
Yeah.
Like, there's like 4 tries that they could have scored that they bombed.
Yeah. That's a good question. My third one is, who do you think is more likely to make the top 8, Manly or Dolphins?
Manly.
You reckon?
I just think Manly are going to have a huge year, and they've shown it, but Dolphins are just hardly had a read on.
Yeah.
And I think just they're going to fade away as the year goes on.
Yeah.
And I just think Manly are I'm pretty confident they're going to be huge this year.
Yeah, I think Manly are more likely
they're much more likely to make the 8 than the Dolphins are.
Do you reckon Dolphins are more likely... Do you feel like they're more likely to make the 8 than what you did before the season started?
I think they're more... Because at the start of the season, it was like, 5 wins max.
Yeah.
You know.
And now they've got 2 already.
Yeah, so I'm more confident, but I don't think they will. I think Manly, for sure.
All right, well, speaking of Manly, they take on the Eels on Thursday night.
We've got to read the teams.
Yeah, we'll pull up the team lists. So, let's just have a look. I'll just try and read out, like, any big changes. So obviously, they've got, like, Turbo still at fullback. Schuster is at 5'8" instead of Johns, which we talked about the other week. So, Schuster gets his crack at 5'8". Nothing. Jake Trbojevic is still at front row with Alloway at lock.
Alloway at lock.
I don't know about that. O'Shea Ole at lock. Did you watch the Fletch and Hindy thing with PVL?
No.
He talks about, like, what happened there, It's pretty funny.
Volandis or...
Yeah, Volandis. Volandis talks about like why he said Oshay Ole. They had like, you know, people read off the screens. Yeah. He was reading off the screen and it was too far away, so he couldn't read it properly. Right. And so he just butchered it. Yeah. And he said that he didn't even realize that he'd screwed it up until like hours later when he was back home and he opened Twitter and he was trending. Like he didn't even realize he'd screwed it up.
I can't imagine Aloe out during that. It would have been something.
Oshay Ole. They've got KO Weeks on the bench. So like Cooper Johns isn't in the team at all. They've got KO Weeks, Ben Trbojevic, Ethan Bullimore and Sean Keppie on the bench. And then the Eels... They look just basically the same.
I think there's a few changes they would have made, like to their extended bench. But
yeah, that's basically they're pretty much just the same. Maddo's still out. Yeah, nothing crazy there. Who do you think wins, Manly or Eels?
I tipped Manly 1-12.
Yep.
And anytime try scorer, Ruben Garrick. Why? What's so funny about that?
I've got Manly 1-12, and I've got Ruben Garrick anytime try scorer.
There we go.
Yeah.
I hope we're not similar with our tips this week.
Yeah, because you're going to be terrible if you're similar to me again. Yeah. I'm so bad.
Yeah, I just think Manly at the moment look very good.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they've played one game and it was against a pretty weak dog side, but they were awesome in that game.
And pre-season challenge as well.
Parramatta have been good as well, but just haven't been able to get a win yet.
That's why I think it'll be 1-12.
I think Manly, I reckon by about 6. Like, if I was to be exact.
Yeah, I think
they'll just get over.
I think Eels will be good enough to like stay in the contest, but I think Manly will be too good.
They'll be leading at some points as well, the Eels, like they have in the Storm and Sharks game. But I just think Manly will just get over them.
Look, it's Thursday night footy. If it was like an afternoon game, I'd almost be like, oh, Manly could potentially win 13+. But Thursday night footy, I think it'll be nice and close.
I think it's going to be really warm up there.
But yeah, it is meant to be warm this weekend, like in Sydney at least. Yeah. So take that into consideration because that's one thing. Like the Bulldogs Manly game. The way the Bulldogs played against the Storm, they couldn't play like that in 30-degree heat at Brookvale. That's something I thought was interesting. Like throwing the ball around heaps. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the weather does come into it a lot. So that's something to note. Knights versus Dolphins. Let me just pull up the team list quickly. Who do you reckon they'll put at 5'8"?
Who's this, the Knights? Yeah, let's have a look, actually.
Man, maybe. At 5'8", Gamble. True. Okay, I forgot about him. So yeah, Miller's at fullback. The backs are basically the same. Gamble's at 5'8". Phoenix Crossland's at hooker.
Gosh.
So that means Brayley's out.
Yeah.
Brayley's out.
Went off injured at one
Jack
point.
Hetherington's starting at prop with, I assume, one of the Saifidis got suspended.
Yes.
So yeah, that makes sense. Oh, the poor Knights, they're missing some quality. They're missing, that's like 2 Origin players and then like their captain and a really good hooker. They could be in some trouble. They've got Brodie Jones at second row, Leo Thompson at lock. And then, it's just basically what you'd expect. And then the Dolphins, Jeremy Marshall-King is suspended. So he's out.
Yeah, that was,
Yeah. What do you think of that?
I thought that was O'Sullivan one, actually.
That was such a bad sin bin. That was so dumb.
I can't believe it.
He didn't do anything wrong.
Just stood there.
He just stood his ground. Like, that happens every game multiple times. That was so dumb. Cody Nikorima's at hooker instead of Jeremy. Yeah. You'd know a bit about Cody Nikorima. And they're not really running that I know of a utility off the bench. I don't recognise this guy. Kurt Donner.
I think he might be
He's a centre. He'd be debuting. He's... Yeah, I don't know. I'd say he's... Oh, it says he's played 2 games before. So, I don't know. I haven't heard of him, though. Has he been playing for the Dolphins?
2022 season, actually, so he must have been somewhere else.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, who do you think wins, Dolphins or Knights?
Dolphins 1-12. I just do not rate the Knights one bit. I know this is Dolphins' first away game, and if the Knights win this game, would not be surprised, but they've got a lot of players out. And I think the Dolphins in another close game. Just get over them.
Try scorer?
Hammer. Again.
I've also got Hammer.
Yeah, oh, God.
But I'm on the Fish 13+.
Dolphins 13+.
Yeah, I think they can do a number on them. I really do. I forgot it was an away game, but I'm still like, especially that Knights team I've just read out.
Yeah.
Missing so many key players. I think Dolphins are about to really get going.
Collegians could beat them. Honestly, no.
Mate, the Dapto Canaries could beat them. The game of the week, I'm happy to declare this one. Roosters Rabbitohs. At Trelliance.
Yeah, Trelliance.
As we like to call it. You're welcome.
Should bring a banner on Friday.
You're going to it?
I should have. Yeah, I'm going.
Oh, that'll be so good.
It's going to be awesome. First time at Trelliance as well.
Let me just get the team
It's
list.
the first Roosters versus Rabbitohs game I've been to since 2014.
You haven't been to one in that long, really?
Yeah. Like I've only my
That's
dad used to
exciting.
take me, but every time we went, we'd lose.
Oh,
So he hated going.
You're the curse.
Like, you know, I'm old enough to go by myself now. I'm a
Yeah,
big
so,
boy,
you're
know,
a big boy.
I was going to go last year, but I forgot why I didn't go
Yeah.
to the final or the
Yeah,
round. I
probably
forgot
just
why I didn't. Like I
hard to get
was
tickets or
going to,
something.
but no, I knew how to. There was a reason why.
They sold out fast though for the final.
They weren't sold out, but there was a reason why I
Okay,
didn't go.
yeah.
I'm trying to remember what it was.
It's dangerous being old enough to go to footy games by yourself, eh?
I'd normally go with someone. I
Yeah. No, I'm not. No, I don't mean like going alone is dangerous. I mean like being old enough to go. Like you just go now.
Yeah.
Like back when you were a kid, like you sort of have to have your parents go to be able to go to games.
Oh yeah, but
Be like, I just went to Melbourne on the weekend
because
I'm old enough to like go by myself.
It used to be, as a kid, it was such an experience.
Yeah.
Going to games.
Yeah.
Like when you did it rarely, but now
Yeah.
it's just like, yeah, it's not like it's fun. Like,
I just do it every weekend
Yeah,
now.
same.
But it's still
Same.
cool. But yeah, it's just weird. Like now that you're old enough to go by yourself, it's just sort of
Yeah.
like you just go.
Yeah,
It's
but
weird.
Talk about let's talk about the sides.
Yeah, the team list are just as you expect. Cheese is playing. I thought he might have been in doubt.
So is
Has he got an injury? Radley's
in,
playing.
and Maria Hargrave's good. They're playing.
Yeah, Jared's
'cause
at prop.
Rabbitohs
Collins,
need them to be playing.
The Butchers, yeah, the Butchers are the second rowers, and yeah,
I
Radley.
honestly would say if those who weren't playing would be closer
Why?
because South know how to rev them up.
Yeah,
and get 'em
right,
angry,
yeah,
and they get
yeah.
thin binned.
Yeah,
It's
and then
really-
Turpin's
really-
on the bench, and Drew Hutchison's on the bench. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So you'd assume it's a weird game to be relying on big minutes for your forwards, I guess, because they're going to be into the sin bin anyway. They get a rest. I don't know. And then the Rabbitohs, Latrell's named, obviously. I don't like. I'm keen to see how he bounces
they're
back.
Pretty similar. I don't. Who's playing? Totola's back, right?
Yep, Totola's at
And
prop.
who's in second row? Cheekam.
Yep, Cheekam and Keon. Murray at lock, Taff, Sele, Mawali, and
Oh, so
Shaq.
Sele and Moali are in, are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I thought who
And
was it
Shaq
that was
Mir.
going to come back?
Shaq Mid, of course.
Yeah, Shaq Mir.
Yeah.
What a name! It's not Shaquille, but like close enough.
Yeah.
Who do you
Trell Mid,
think?
Shaq Mid.
Yeah, who do you think wins?
I tip Bunnies 13 plus.
Oh,
Yeah.
13
And when I
plus.
say 13 plus, I mean by about 16.
Yeah, but still.
I think that Roosters aren't at their best yet, and Rabbitohs just know how to beat them.
Yeah.
And they're going to bounce back well from last week. You know, they're back at home at Trillium, so it's going to be just.
It's not
No,
their
I think
game.
if
It's
I was
their
given,
away
I reckon
game.
like 28-12 Rabbitohs.
Yeah.
Like they're going to. And anytime try scorer, he's got to score in this game. He has to score against the Roosters. Latrell Mitchell. He has
Latrell
got
Mitt.
to score in this game.
That's a big call. That's like, if that gets up, that's TikTok edits.
Oh, he has got to score
That's
in
TikTok
this
edit
game.
material. I've got Souths 1 to 12. I think, like, obviously they're the better side at the moment, but I'm just worried that because of the rivalry, if they get carried away again like they did in the Simbin Sunday game, I think it might just be a scrappy game.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm going 1 to 12.
And I don't think that will happen.
I don't think 13 plus is unrealistic though. Like they're the better team at the moment.
Yeah.
And they're going to be proven a point coming
Maybe
off
it
that
could be by,
Panthers loss.
58, like a few years ago.
Yeah, and that happens though. Like, that happens in these games. Like it's usually like
60 to 8 again.
a scrappy game or it's a flogging.
You're confident that could happen? 60 to 8 Rabbitohs?
I wouldn't say I'm confident that it could happen, but if it happened, I'm not going to sit there and be like, "Oh my god."
Too good.
It could. You never know. And I'm going Cameron Murray anytime try scorer.
Okay, yeah.
I think
Yeah.
maybe just a crash over.
My
at the
other
middle.
choice was someone who scores a lot against the Roosters in Kolomatangi, but
Yeah.
I have to go Mitchell.
I nearly went Walker actually, but yeah, I've gone
Mitchell
Murray.
has got to score in this game.
Shout out to AJ as well. Finally scored his try this year.
Yeah, he's
After
first
failing in round
first of
one.
many.
First of many.
He'll probably score in this game as well.
He probably score 5 again like he did the other year. I'll never forget that game. I was sitting at my year 12 formal after party.
Was that your formal after party? Was it?
Yeah. The one where they flogged him in like the...
Yeah.
Was it the last
I
round?
was at home and I remember I was saying to my dad Johnston needs 3 more tries.
Yeah,
And there was that
yeah.
one where Allen went over and passed
Yeah,
it
and
back
passed
to him.
it to
We're
him
no,
to
he's not
tie
gonna
it.
score again.
Was that the one to tie it? Where Alan
Yeah,
passed
to
him
tie
and then
it,
he
yeah, then
scored
he
again?
scored
Yeah, I was
again.
at my formal... No, it was a graduation party, sorry. That doesn't really matter, the details. But I was getting score updates on my phone and obviously all my mates there were all footy fans.
And were there
And
any
I
Roosters?
no Roosters. No, one of them's a Souths fan though.
And he couldn't.
And yeah,
believe
he
it.
couldn't. But none of us could believe it. I'm getting score updates Souths have scored 20 because they were not favourites at all.
Yeah, they
Everyone thought
weren't.
Roosters would smash them. and Roosters scored first.
That's what you're looking at when they got the 50
And
in it.
yeah, and then they're hitting 50. Did they hit 60?
Yeah, 60.
And then they hit 60, and I went home and had to watch the mini. Like, it was crazy. And yeah, I remember watching, Vossi was commentating, and that commentary is just so good, watching Johnson's score the one where Allen gives it to him, and then he scores again, and it's just hectic.
Oh, this has been some amazing games. But whatever happens this game, something controversial will come out of it, and we'll be talking about it here next week in the review. Something will happen. There'll be a send-off. There'll be a fight. Like, I don't know, something will happen in the crowd. Something's going to happen at this stadium.
And you talk about South Roosters game, you can't go past the year where they had the last-minute try, one after the other. Yeah. You just can't make stuff like that up.
In the first game of that year, but then South
did it back to him, and it's like, Reynolds. So good. So good. Hopefully, it's almost guaranteed to be a good game.
Again with Mitchell.
Imagine.
Imagine how he'd get up.
Yeah. Get up. Give the big silent ones or the big shush. I don't know. You take your pick. Have a bet. If Latrell scores, what's he here?
He'll do the shush.
Yeah, you reckon the shush?
Or he'll just,
I'm going to go with...
or he'll do
or a shrug or something. Yeah. I'm going to go with the I don't know what you call that, but listening for the haters or whatever. Titans Storm. We'll just move on now. We'll move on. Sorry.
I'm going Storm 1-12.
Storm 1-12.
1-12.
I'm on Storm 13 plus. I think I went 1-12 and changed it to 13.
Look, I can see Gold Coast winning this game. Honestly, Storm are still missing a lot of players.
Jojo Fafita's out.
Actually, you know what?
And Sam Verrills is out.
Oh, is Verrills out?
They've got Chris Randall at hooker. And they've got
Randall though.
They got Brian Kelly at centre.
Oh gosh. You know what? I'm still going to do it. I'm going to change it. I'm going to go Titans 1-12.
Oh, Zane. You're coming out here tonight.
First home game of the year. It's in the day. Storm are still missing heaps of players. I know Verrills is out, but Randall will do fine.
Olam's back. Coates is back. Olam's back. Coates is back. Munster's not named.
It's only Coates.
Hang on, let's see if he's named at all. No, Munster's not even in the reserves.
Oh. I'm still
going. And I don't hate that. Oh, Tarek Sims is back. Well, he's not back, but he's playing. But obviously Nelson's out.
I honestly reckon Titans will win this game.
I don't hate.
They were good against the Dragons, and I reckon they're going to bounce back really well. And I still think the Storm are missing so much players.
They're still missing Munster.
And Pappenhausen. They're huge losses. Honestly, when I say Titans 1-12, I mean Titans by 2.
Yeah.
And I say 20-18 to the Titans.
Well,
my bold call for the week, Titans.
If you think if it comes down to field goals, who's you almost relying on Hughes to kick? No, I mean the Storm. Who are they relying on? Munster and Paps are their top two.
Yeah.
Obviously,
they'd
be able to kick him, but they're not their first choice.
Yeah.
So I'm going. As I said, I'm going Storm 13 plus. I'm not confident in it, but I just think if Storm are going to win, they're probably going to win big.
Yeah.
I don't see Storm winning in a close one.
I'll win by a lot, but I think Titans really going to show up and win.
I don't hate that at all.
I'm really rating the Titans this year.
Yeah.
I was so disappointed in them last week. They can do so much better. But I honestly reckon first home game, they'll bounce back.
Who are you going try scorer?
I'm going to say... actually, Brimson.
Brimson? Yeah, I like that.
I reckon Brimson. And it'll be breaking the line as he always does it.
Just making a run away, burning Nick Meaney. I'm going Elise Katoa for the Storm, the second rower. I think he had a good game against the Bulldogs.
I think his Storm score will be from the edge as well.
Yeah.
Because, Titans have a bit of...
You know what? I like Olam anytime as well in his first game back.
Oh, yeah. Who's his opposition centre? Is he on Campiera's side?
Bro, if he's on... If Brian Kelly's defending him... Is it normally the 3 defends the 3?
Yeah, so if Olam's 4, he'll be going up against
Shop.
3.
He's not scoring a try. Shop's defending him. Shop's so good defensively. But I'm not trying to be biased because he's played for the Bulldogs. He's really good defensively, Shop. I don't see Olam scoring over him.
So now change that.
Well, I'm going Katoa anytime try scorer, yeah. Yeah, and I did say that I think Olam can. Don't bet on Olam to score a try because I think Shop will... If it was on Kelly, though, I'd back him in for a hat-trick. I don't rate Kelly. Cowboys, Warriors. I'll just give me your prediction while I pull up the team list. I'll just see if there's anything crazy.
Where's this at?
Up in North Queensland.
Okay, Cowboys 13 plus.
Oh, Scotty Drinkwater's out and Hiku's out.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay, Cowboys 1-12.
As well.
Cowboys 1-12.
Tom Chester's at fullback, not Holmes. Exactly. Tom Chester.
Okay.
I thought they would have gone Holmes to fullback, but I guess because Peter Hiku's out, they've already got one centre in, so yeah.
I'm going to go, Cowboys 1-12. And let's go. And Tom try scorer. Let's go with that guy, Tom Chester, hey?
Ooh.
Tom Chester.
Shout out to Tommy Chester. The new Tommy Turbo.
Yeah.
Tommy C. I've got... What do I have? I've got Cowboys 1-12 as well, actually.
Because the thing is, if Drinkwater was playing, I reckon they could, beat them 13 plus.
Yeah, that's
maybe
why.
a lot
That's
more,
why I've gone 1-12.
I really do not mind the Warriors this year. I think they've been good, like with what they've shown. Like they do defend pretty well.
Yeah.
But it's just they lack creativity.
Well, yeah, that's why I've gone...
I don't reckon the Cowboys will run over them in this game.
I don't rate them without Drinkwater.
And
Like Drinkwater is such a key player in their attack.
The Warriors do have a pretty good record at Townsville. Like they've never really been pumped up there.
They don't mind the heat.
Yeah.
Because they're from New Zealand.
Yeah, so they do. Yeah, I reckon Cowboys in just.
Yeah.
Like, they'll run away with it.
I'm on Tuolungi anytime try scorer as well. Just a nice easy winger. You'd assume he gets over. Broncos Dragons. This will be an interesting one.
The Dragons were good last week, but based off the form of the Broncos, I'm going Broncos 13 plus. 13 plus.
Now, Corey is out and
20
Jesse
plus.
Arthur's
Broncos 20 plus actually.
20 plus. What I think
they've
I'm on
had
Broncos
close games,
20 plus,
and they've both been against top sides. And the Dragons are a weaker side, even though they won last week. They are a weaker side.
Yeah, it's just the same.
Dragons fans don't be like, oh, they won. I don't care. They're still a pathetic team.
And buys at hooker again, so that just shows how pathetic they are.
And that little will come back. I reckon Broncos 34-12.
Yeah, wow. I'm on Broncos 13 plus as well.
Plus got Ezra Man.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I'm on Broncos 13 plus. I don't hate you saying 20 plus as well. I'll jump on it. I'll back it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they can win big. Really make a statement. Especially, like, it's up there as well. I think Dragons probably feeling themselves a bit too much coming off a win. Might get caught off guard.
Broncos, you just can't tip against them.
Yeah.
At the moment. Until they lose, at least.
Yeah, I think Broncos will get it done. And I'm going Cobbo. Another easy one. Anytime try scorer. Just another winger.
Another easy one,
Now, this one, I think there's a bit of trickery here. The Bulldogs, Tigers. I think people might get too high on the Bulldogs, I think.
And it's at Belmore, so, they're going to be very...
Now, this is... I'm a bit... Before I hit this team list, Zane, all pre-season, since the draw released, literally the moment the draw released, I've been calling for Josh Reynolds to play in this game. It's against the Tigers. It's at Belmore. It's the perfect game for him to return for the Bulldogs. Yeah. He's off an injury. He got injured the week we played Manly and was out for 1 week. Serrato said he would only be out 1 week. That's what we're about to find out. I'm just prefacing it that I've called it. Like, literally, when the draw dropped, the first thing I looked at... No, not starting, off the bench. The first thing I looked at when the draw dropped was Bulldogs, Tigers, Belmore, and I thought, that's when Reynolds has to come back. Yeah. And when I met him, I said to him, like, you got to play that game. So I just want to preface it. Is he? That's my big question. Is Reynolds in it?
I don't know. Is he in? It says in, does it?
It says he's in, but I don't know if he's in the 17.
This is actually tense now.
No, I'm actually close to crying here.
It's really intense here.
He's not at 5'8". He hasn't replaced Matt Burden.
Tense moment this is.
He's in the reserves.
Okay.
Ockenber's still on the bench.
Gosh. You made Bulldogs fans happy there, Serrato, didn't you? Named Ockenball.
So they've got Oloapu and Reynolds in the reserves.
Come on, switch it around.
I'm calling it now, Zane.
They've just let down the Bulldogs fans.
Zane, I'm going to call it now. I'm going to call it now. Reynolds' late inclusion to replace Ockenball. Yeah. Or full money Brown, who's also on the bench.
Because does Ockenball, like when they, announce the team list, when he comes up, does he get booed?
I don't feel safe to answer that question.
There's no one cheer.
I'm pretty sure he has been booed in the past. But not like crazy booing, not like when Jacob Arthur got named for the Eels. Just sort of like a... Yeah, it's mainly silent from the crowd and then maybe 1 or 2 boos. And I can't confirm that I'm the one booing. No, I don't mind Ockenborough at the moment. He's playing good this year. He played good in a trial game and did nothing wrong on the weekend.
For Reynolds kick.
What's that?
For that great try. That kick.
Mate, shout out to him in reserve grade. Him and Reynolds, they should name them both on the bench. They've got a good combination. So yeah, the Bulldogs just appear to be literally the exact same as they were. They've got Preston, second row, Fatalamar and a lock. And then Ockenball, Waddell, Pele, who, man, he's good. I like Pele.
Pele, yeah. In this game, Tigers don't show me anything so far this year.
Let me just have a look at the Tigers lineup. Oh, Bateman's in.
Yeah, Bateman.
So Staines is... Staines is at fullback.
Is Laurie out?
Yeah, I guess. It says Laurie's just out. So they've got Staines at fullback, Noffa and Junior Tupou on the wing. Have you heard of Junior Tupou?
I haven't, but, you know, he's
no
not
good. Stafford Towers at centre. They've changed it up a bit.
Yeah.
And Naden at centre, obviously. Still Dewey and Brooks. Appy at starting hooker.
So yeah, they have...
Oh, Bateman's not starting, though. Oh, they've changed it so much. They've got Kapoa and Sean Bloor, second row. Papali'i's out.
Is he?
Papali'i's out.
I'm just not in the team.
He's out. I don't know if he's injured, but he's not playing. He's not starting, not on the bench. And Pole is at lock, or Pole. I don't know how to say his name. And then they've got Wakeham, Twal, Offahinga. Oh, Bateman's not in the side. He's in the reserves.
Right.
They've changed a lot, and it looks like they're worse. Talk to me, Zane. What do you think?
Something I want to say, but I'm not going to, because, you know, there's a lot of Bulldogs fans who will watch this, but I'm going to stick. I was tempted to tip the Tigers here. After reading these changes, but
you think they've changed for the better?
Yes.
They're missing Laurie, they're missing Papali, and they're missing
they're just trying to try something different.
And you think it's going to work?
No. I'm tipping the Dogs, because it's at Belmore, and the Tigers have been...
I'll tell you what, we have such a bad record at Belmore. We've won one game since returning there, or 2 games.
Yeah, they've been pathetic for years now.
Yeah, that is true.
Confident this is their first game back at Belmore. They're going to have a huge crowd there. Huge crowd. Like
it'll sell out.
It will.
It'll sell out.
No, the dog is such like huge meme on TikTok at the moment as well. Like there's going to be a huge crowd there for the Dogs, and I reckon they win this game 1-12. And anytime try scorer. You know what? Like, he might not play in the end, but Ockenball, when he comes on, come on, surely
come on, Zach.
Jaden Ockenball.
You're picking a bloke off the bench to score.
Yeah,
he might get dropped out of the side.
He might, but you know he'll come on the last 5 minutes, get over it, get the winning try.
All right, Zane.
Or Ockenball.
Right, this is where I do my best work. Doggies games. I did it last week. I'm going to do it again.
Carraz.
Doggies 13 plus. Carraz 2 or more tries.
Fair enough.
I'm going to go one better though. Josh Reynolds. Named in the number 21 jersey, not even in the 17 yet. Josh Reynolds, anytime try scorer.
I imagine.
That's what I'm going. That's what I'm going.
Wow. Is he in? Do you reckon?
12 this week? Nah, not this. 12 not this week.
You're not letting him at Belmore?
Nah. I'll tell you what, though. That Dragons player that...
Blake Laurie got over.
He got over at Belmore. He scored again on the weekend. He's on fire. Yeah, he scored his first at Belmore, so... You never know. This is a 12 revenge game, because last time he played the Bulldogs, Burden knocked him out and he didn't play footy again for the rest of the year. This is a 12 revenge match. So you never know. So you're going Doggies 1-12. I'm on them 13 plus. You're on... Who'd you say?
Come on. Get over there, Jaden.
And I'm on... my bets... I'm just going both. I'm going Kraz 2 or more, Reynolds as well.
Right.
Back them both in. Raiders versus Sharks. I believe Hines won't be playing.
Yes, no, he won't be.
Because he said he'd be back around 4.
He's not playing.
Have the Raiders changed? The Raiders haven't really changed much either. Obviously, they're missing Rapana still. Hopewade on the wing.
What's happened to Jared Croker? Has he retired or?
No, he's still kicking. He's just not getting a run.
Right.
I don't know. He played the trial game against the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
He did all right as well. I feel bad for him. He's
going for Harley Smith Shields.
He's like 3 games off 300.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
I'm sure he'll get there. I'm sure they'll actually put him in.
I hope so.
There. Then he will retire.
He was one of my favourite players growing up.
Yeah. He'll retire once he gets there, Jared Croker.
I reckon he'll retire this year or whenever his contract ends.
I'm sure that he'll announce and they'll put him into the team.
Surely they're good enough to give him a run. Yeah, even just off the bench.
He's their captain for years.
He's their top point scorer.
Yeah, he will get a run.
He's a club legend.
That 300
Surely though. Ricky, give him a run, please. So who are you going? Sorry, I assume you're going Sharks.
I haven't tipped yet, but I'm going Sharks in this game. I just think Raiders it's at home again. So Sharks 1-12. That I just don't really see much from the Raiders. And anytime try
Sharks 1-12.
Yeah. And anytime try score, I'm going to go with, let's say, Matt Moylan.
Ooh. Yeah. He can find the try line sometimes. Yeah, I don't hate that.
I reckon he can get it over in this game.
I'm going Sharkies 13 plus.
13
plus. I think they're just going to... It is in Canberra, though, to be fair. I think Sharks will do a job. It is Raiders' first game back at home, though, isn't it? And I'm going to go Talakai anytime try scorer. I feel like he hasn't scored in a while, including last year.
Actually, when I was coming on my way here, I was actually going to go with Talakai. Yeah. But in the end, I just said Moylan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Talakai.
I'm going to go Talakai. I feel like he just hasn't scored in a while, so he might do... Imagine he goes beast again like he did.
If he scores and everything, but Origin. He's got to play.
Oh, shout out Freddie Fittler, eh? What an idiot. Is there anything else we need to talk about this week?
We got all the games?
That's all the games. I don't think I've missed a game again. I did shout out to the Dolphins Raiders last week. I forgot to tip them.
And then
that's everyone. Panthers have the
Panthers
bye.
Yeah.
They'll beat the bye. That's an easy 2 points for Panthers.
Do we tip the bye, do we?
Are you tipping the bye? Are you backing the bye? Surely
yes,
not.
yeah.
You're going to go the bye.
Panthers.
You don't think Panthers come away with the points?
Yeah, no, that's all the games, isn't it?
Yeah, that's everything. Do you want to touch on any of your fantasy?
Who
are you trading in and out?
Well, what I've done this week,
so
we will touch on fantasy.
Bit of fantasy chat. How long have we been going for? Surely not that long.
Okay, so this week I've made 2 trades.
Yeah.
And they're a bit...
How much did you score last week?
I got 701.
Ooh.
And in the first week I got 806.
So you dropped.
Yeah, I did drop. I lost my match.
Did you trade anyone out?
In week 1, I had Matt Lodge. I traded him out for Jermaine Hopgood.
Oh, that is one of the great trades of all time.
Then round 2, Manly were out, so I took Tommy Turbo out of my team, not trading.
Yeah,
just in my merger. Put Kennedy in, great choice as well.
Yeah,
because I was going to put Campiera and leave Kennedy emergency.
Yeah.
And this week I made 2 trades. Penrith have the bye, so Cleary's out.
You traded Cleary?
No, just emergency. Edwards is in emergency.
Yep.
I've traded out Sonny Luke.
Ooh.
I don't know if that's a mistake. I've had him as my starting hooker, but 20 points.
If he was your starting hooker, then yeah, that's fair enough.
In for Sonny Luke, I've put Danny Levi.
Who does he play? Oh, Eels.
Raiders.
Oh, Raiders. Yeah, he was Eels, went to Raiders.
Yeah, he wasn't good.
Is he starting hooker?
I think so.
Yeah, he is.
And then then I've taken Brett Naden with a whopping. I thought he got 19. He actually got 8.
How much was he worth?
He was worth.
He would have been losing so much money.
336k. In goes Harley Smith-Shields.
That's a good buy, especially for compared to Naden. I think so.
And my bench for this week is actually I could change it because I didn't know Mulally was playing. My bench is Will Warbrick, Lachlan Miller, Campiera, and Xavier Coates.
Who are your halves? You got Ilias, don't you?
Yeah, this week it's Ilias and Townsend.
Yeah, I like that.
And then Tom Trbojevic is back for Edwards.
Yeah.
And Kennedy, Mitchell, Trbojevic, and I'm confident this guy's going to have a big game. Mitchell's my captain.
Latrell?
I was tempted to do Hopgood.
Yeah.
But as my vice, I've gone Dave for feeder. Actually, I'm going to change. I'm going to put Hopgood as my vice captain.
Yeah. This week I didn't... Because my strategy... So the first week I scored like 650 or something.
Show me your full side. I'll go with my fullback. So my back line, fullbacks for this week is Mitchell as captain, Kennedy, Trbojevic.
I've got Trell, Teddy, Trbojevic.
Fair enough. Then in my centres, which, they don't really like...
Yeah, you said
sorry, that was my last choice. I've got Aaron Schopp and Harley Smith-Shields.
I've got Alamotti and Holmes.
Holmes, yeah. Good one. That's my halves this week. Lachlan Ilias and Chad Townsend.
I've got Moses, who last week I traded out Munster and traded in Moses.
Yeah.
And this week, because I've only used one trade this week, I traded out Cleary and brought in Cherry. Yeah, but I'm just going to trade him back in after the bye.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm holding trades at the moment, so I'm not trading unless there's an injury. And so I'm saving trades, so I'm like, I may as well trade him out and back in because I've got trades up my sleeve anyway. So I thought, because he was one of my bigger players. I don't want to be missing 900k value.
Yeah.
And the only depth half I have is Katoa. And so I was like, I'm just going to trade in Cherry Evans for a week and then put him back out. And then...
My edge forwards is Dave Fafita and Elliot Whitehead, who I'm a bit rocky about having in my side. Whitehead,
yeah.
Fafita, he gets 30 points just in the average.
Whitehead or Fafita?
Whitehead.
Yeah.
But Fafita, he goes...
He should be scoring well off.
He got 63 last week, and then the week before he got 56.
Oh, he's doing good
last week.
Yeah.
So,
I've got Wilton from the Sharks. Who did I trade out? And I brought him in. I traded out a Manly player because I realised I had too many of them because of the bye. And then I've got Hopgood captain. I think he's just safe as a captain.
This will be the week where he gets 20 points.
I hope not, eh? He's safe. He's such a safe... So far, he's a safe bet as captain. He's averaging 83.
And then my middles is Patrick Carrigan, Braden Hangen, Ueli.
He doesn't go good?
He's just a cheap.
I thought he'd go alright.
And then Jermaine Hopgood.
I've got Yo, who obviously he scores well for the Panthers, and then obviously he's out this week though. And then Kamanu and Jensen. They're just some ULE type players, just man, they've got to be there.
I'm in ULE.
Who'd you say your hooker
Danny
is?
Levi. Was Sonny Lou.
Yeah, I've got Tanner Boyd at hooker.
Oh,
hooker. Who usually, because he counts as a hooker because he played it last year. Last year as a halfback, he was averaging in the 50s. He scored like 25 on the weekend. So I'm like, he's hurting me a little bit. What's your bench?
My bench: Will Warbrick, Lachlan Miller, PARRA, and Xavier Coates.
I've got Will Warbrick, and I've got Dury from EELS, who scored 32, and he's less than 300k, so I was happy with him. I've got Preston, who scored 62.
Yeah, Preston.
He had a good game. The week before, he only got like 19, so... And then Hayes Perham's there as well, who scored quite well.
And then my emergencies were for this week: Cleary,
yeah,
Edwards, David Mulally, and what's his name? I'm trying to pronounce it. Sue Wong from the Roosters. I think.
Yeah. I've got Katoa, Khan Pereira, Pele, and Sonia Luke as my emergencies. Keep in mind, I did say I've got Yo here. Yeah. I'm pretty sure if he does, because obviously he's not playing, I'm pretty sure it just activates an emergency.
Yeah.
But otherwise I have to put Pele in, but he's like averages 12.
It will activate emergency.
So instead of putting Pele in I'm just hoping that like I get Katoa's points.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my fantasy team.
And that's mine.
Where are you coming in the league? Because you're in the Hot Dog Championship.
I am in the Hot Dog Championship. I
was in 177th last week.
101.
Ooh. Do you know what you were last week?
I don't know if we can...
101? Oh, I'm in 78th now.
Round one.
I've jumped up.
Round one, I can't really...
Yeah, you probably can't see it.
I have to just see my name, but I think it was probably higher than what it was this week. Oh, wait. I was 41st last week.
41st? Oh, so you've dropped quite a bit. Oh, so yeah, I've gone from 177th to like 74th, and 78th, sorry, and you've gone from 41st to... What'd you say you were?
101.
101.
So yeah.
Only 2 weeks. And shout out to... I'm doing a TikTok later in the week of him, but this guy, Speedy MacGyver, he's still in first. He was in first last week. Yeah. And then I don't recognise... Oh, Sharks UK was up there. Easy Dubs is in fifth. And then there's... I'm Your Teddy in second. And Bolo 752. Great team. Yeah. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
They're the ones to beat, apparently. The winner is averaging... Like the dude in first at the moment is averaging 862. So that's the benchmark at the moment.
Gosh.
There's some people that are like bloody good at it, eh?
Yeah. I know. I look at some sites where they have like Fafita, Cleary, Mitchell, everyone. I'm like, how did they get
there? It's hard this year as well because I feel like there's not as much obvious cheapies. Yeah. Like last year there was like Nanai, Tungo, Taylor May and stuff like that. Hines, Burden.
Yeah, Hines was so cheap last year.
Yeah, he's like the most expensive now and he's not even playing yet.
Yeah.
All right, that's it for this week's podcast, I think.
It is. It was a good one.
It was a good one. Yeah. I'm keen to get in here and talk about the Roosters Rabbits game. I feel like there'll be plenty to talk about next week. Will be. I reckon lots of upsets this week. Probably we'll get all our tips wrong again. Always a pleasure.